Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are driving on Highway 2000 East-West leg, and we are going to talk about a problem the government is having with the building of the Long Hill bypass in Montego Bay. Now the government wants to build a road like this in Montego Bay by Long Hill, which that's the road that takes you from Bogue to Anchovy. It's going to be a part of the Montego Bay Perimeter Road project. Now the government is having an issue in that persons don't want to sell the land, and that is slowing down the start of the project. So we're going to go through an article that talks about eminent domain, which is the government has the power to take private land for public use provided that fair compensation is given to the owner. Now, the government said they don't want to go that route, but they will if they have to. They are trying to work it out with the landowners. Now, one of the issues with the landowners is some have valued the land above fair market value, and other issues are sentimental where the land belongs to the family and they don't want to sell. So we're going to go through an article that gives more information on this. In every modern society, the government holds a legal authority known as eminent domain, the power to take private land for public use provided that fair compensation is given to the owner. In Jamaica, as in many other countries, this principle is guided by the belief that while private property rights are important, the welfare and progress of the nation sometimes require the use of land for projects that benefit the wider population. This power is often exercised for public infrastructure projects, such as roads, schools, hospitals, and utilities. For instance, the construction of major roadways like the Long Hill Bypass in St. James or the South Coast Highway has required the government to acquire land from private owners. These developments help improve transportation, attract investment, and stimulate economic growth. Without the ability to obtain land efficiently, such progress would be impossible. However, the use of the authority must be handled with care, fairness, and transparency. Property ownership carries emotional and historical value, especially in Jamaica, where land often represents family heritage and identity. When the government moves to acquire these lands, it can cause distress and resistance if owners feel disrespected or inadequately compensated. For this reason, the government must always follow the proper legal and ethical process. Landowners should be fully informed, negotiations should be fair, and compensation should reflect the true market value of the property. The process should also be free of corruption or political influence, ensuring that citizens trust the system and see it as just. At the same time, it is important to recognize that national development cannot be held back indefinitely. When public projects are delayed because of prolonged disputes, the entire country suffers. Roads remain unsafe, traffic congestion worsens, and opportunities for economic growth are lost. Therefore, there must be a balance between protecting individual rights and advancing the collective good. In conclusion, while the government's power to take land is a sensitive and sometimes controversial issue, it remains a necessary tool for national progress. What truly matters is how that power is used, with respect, fairness, and accountability. When managed properly, it allows Jamaica to build the infrastructure needed for a stronger, safer, and more prosperous future for all. So that's the end of the update article. So based on this, it seems like the government has the right to take the land they need to build a Long Hill bypass. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully some agreement can be made. But at the end of the day, the bypass will be built. Alright guys, let us know what you think about this. Leave your comments in the section below. Alright guys, have a good day.